What if Deku was born with Ultra Instinct, Part 4. Sorry for uploading this so late. I know I uploaded one earlier yesterday, and now this one's late. I just forgot I got a new game on my PlayStation, and I've just been playing it. So I forgot to go ahead and record a video. So I'm doing one today. And sorry for no gameplay again. I know gameplay, you guys liked it. Sorry. So, to start it off, basically, Deku walks into class, they're all like, and then Izal comes in and says, today we're going on a field trip, we're going to the USJ, and everyone's like, cool, and Deku's just like, a field trip, is there anybody to fight? And he's like cracking his knuckles, and he's like, you know there's not, and then Izal was just like, you know there's not going to be anyone stronger than you ever since you beat All Might. And he's like, yeah, I know. As he's just, like, walking away. So they all get up on the bus. They go to the USJ. And before anybody goes in, Deku just puts his hands out because he was in the lead, and he says, nobody go in. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, something bad's about to happen. And everyone's like, well, since this guy has beat All Might, I guess I'm going to believe him. And right before, and like, they waited like 5 minutes, and then they heard a bunch of villains saying, where's the kids? I thought we were supposed to kill All Might. And Dicky's like, alright, I'm going to go in by myself. Nobody else come in. You guys call the heroes. If I die, I die. Now go. And everyone's like, how the heck do you just say that with such a blank face? Because he basically just said, if I die, I die. I don't care. And they're just like creeped out. He's like, but there's too many of them. And he just is like, no, there isn't. I can deal with this. As he cracks his knuckles and just walks in. And he's like, who's ready to die? And all of the villains are like, who the heck are you? I can't really remember his name, but in, I believe, Naruto Shippuden, Sasuke's brother, the Uchiha, whatever, who killed Sasuke's parents, he rushes into battle against a bunch of random people, and he's like dodging all the attacks and stuff and like hitting people and stuff. Yeah, imagine him doing that. He's like, I think it's like Madara Uchiha or something, and he's like, time to go Uchiha, and all these kids, as he just starts running in, and all the villains are like, hey, this kid's too cocky for his own good, let's put him in his place. Right as the guy says that, he gets a punch to the face, and he's like, who's next? As he like one punch KO'd him, as like all of them surround him, and he's like throwing kicks, throwing punches, he's like headbutting people. He's kneeing people. Like, he just keeps... It's like a massive fight scene nobody expects. And he's like, come on, you just saw me take... Like, there's a ton of villains laying around. And, like, the students just decide to peek through the door, and they just see, like, Izuku doing a war cry with 100 villains just surrounding him, and they're like, what the hell? As he just keeps punching him into Umura, and Shigaraki's like, this kid's cheating. How can he take down so many villains? Jeez, he has to be holding back. As he just keeps punching them, and he just ends up with there's zero like villains left that are conscious besides Tomura, Shigaraki, Kirogiri, and then the Nomu. And Shigaraki's like, Kirogiri, bring in the Nomu. He's like, yes, Master. As the Nomu comes in, and Deki's like, ooh, this guy looks strong. And Shigaraki's like, you won't be able to beat him. He was designed to beat All Might. And then he smiles and says, All Might, you say? Let's just say I already beat him. As he rushes towards the Nomu, and Shigaraki's like, what? He beat All Might. No, that can't be true. No kid could have beaten All Might. Nomu, kill him. And he's like, you won't be able to lay a single finger on me. do you bet your life on it? And he's like, yeah, sure. As he's like, you're about to lose your life then. As Nomu's about to punch him, but Deku dodges it, and he reappears just standing on the Nomu's shoulders. And then he bends down and just looks at the Nomu's face and he says, I thought I told you you can't hit me. And the Nomu like just keeps trying to punch him, and he's just dodging them. And then the Nomu like is about to hit him, and he's like, bye. He just disappears, reappears, and punches him. And the punch is so powerful it goes right through his stomach. Or he only uses like 1% of his power, and it doesn't do anything. And he's like, shock absorption. That's kind of funny. And Shigaraki's just like, you won't be able to destroy our Nomu with your punches. And he's like, oh yeah? As he punches him with 50% power, immediately putting a hole inside of the Nomu. And Shigaraki's like, what? How? And he just is like, well, I told you I could beat him. As he charges up a Kamehameha wave, and he's like, and just sends a massive ki blast right at the Nomu, and it engulfs him, instantly disintegrating him. And like, all of the students are looking at the windows because a massive blue light appears, and it like covers the entire city. It's like covering the entire city. Like, they're all just like, what the heck? What was that? And then Uraraka's like, no way, use this finishing move. What could lead him to do that? And like, everyone was super worried about Deku. And like, Shigaraki and Kurogiri end up escaping. And Deku just walks out and he's like, yo. And he's like, what the heck was that? And he's like, oh, I kind of defeated some villains and maybe even killed some, but I mean, that doesn't really matter right now. I won. And they're like, wait, you killed people? Shut up. You don't need to know about that. It's for justice. So he's walking back, like, heroes surround him, and he's, like, the press surrounds him because they actually got word of the USJ. So they're all there. They surround him. They're like, who are you? How'd you defeat them? And he was like, I'm the UA student who beat All Might. I don't care if he doesn't want the press to know. I beat him. So I challenge anybody to come fight me. As he walks away, and like, all the people just watching are like, that little brat, he thinks he's good. And Endeavor's like, a fight, you say, for somebody who beat All Might? Maybe if I beat him, I could be the #1 hero. As he just like starts driving towards there. And when he gets there, like, the press are still surrounding Deku, and he's just leaning up on the stairs of the USJ, sleeping. And then Endeavor arrives and he says, you said you wanted a fight? Well, come and get me. Or you said you wanted a fight? Well, I challenge you. And he's like, oh, you challenge me? Well, bring it on. And he's still sitting there. He's just like yawning. And then Endeavor comes in with flames around his fist. He tries to punch him. But Deku... Sorry, I'm still pretty sick. But Deku he just says semi-serious punch. And he just punches... He does like a One Punch Man thing. And he just... Semi-serious punch. And he just punches him right in, like, where the ribs are. There's a connecting bone where all the ribs connect to. If you know what that is, if you know what I'm talking about, like, he punches him square right there, which is like all bone, which he basically cracks that bone, and Endeavor's flying through the air, and everyone's like, what the heck? He just one punched the #2 hero, Endeavor. So does that mean he actually beat All Might? And everyone's like, wait, what's going to happen to Endeavor? And he's like, don't worry. I punched him hard enough to get him into the hospital. And everyone's like, this kid just punched him to the hospital. Dang. And he is like, anybody else want to try? I just beat Endeavor, the #2 hero. And All Might. You could believe me or not, but you just saw my power. I challenge you. And All For One's watching this, and he says, a new threat has appeared. Somebody who says he's beat All Might. I think I'll have to take his quirk. That'd be a fine addition, and then it'd finally give me something to worry about. And like Shigaraki overhears this, and he's like, "No, Master, you can't do it. He'll kill you. He absolutely destroyed the Nomu without even trying." And All For One's like, so he is stronger than All Might. I wonder what his quirk is. And like Shigaraki's like, it has something to do with power and dodging. I don't really know, but it could easily overpower you. And he's like, not if we put quirk canceling handcuffs on. And he's like, oh yeah, maybe. So they go back to class. They elect the class president, Izuku. And yeah. So they elect Izuku as the class president. And Izuku is just like, everyone goes to the mall. Izuku's like, I don't really care. As he's just sitting on the bench there sleeping. Next thing he wakes up. He wakes up to see that he's in a random room tied up with handcuffs around him. And he's like, huh? Oh, he kidnapped me. I just want to know. And like Shigaraki walks out. He says, "Whoa, Zuku, we'd like to make an offer. Either join our side, or we'll take your quirk." And he basically just smiles and he's like, "Take my quirk? Go ahead. I could care less." And Shigaraki's like, great. Back at UA, it's been a week, and Deku just woke up. He just decided to sleep for a week. He was tired, so why not? He woke up. Everyone at UA is like, where the heck is Deku? And then somebody says, wait, what if the League of Villains captured him? And everyone just starts to worry about Deku. And Deku, like back at the villain base, Deku is just sitting there tied up. And then he goes to All For One. And All For One's like, ooh, you must be Izuku Midoriya. I've been waiting to steal your quirk and become stronger than All Might. And Deku's just like, you want to steal my quirk? Okay. I don't really care. And when All For One puts his head down and tries to steal his quirk, all he gets is sent flying back into a wall. And he's like, what? How? I tried to steal your quirk. And Deku breaks his restraints, knocks out Shigaraki, and just walks right up to All For One. And he's like, he just bends down and says, oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings? I don't have a quirk. I'm quirkless. And the reason you just got sent back into a wall is because I sent ki through you, which humans like you aren't able to control, which instantly sent you flying. Any bit of ki that's left in you could kill you. The amount of ki I have could blow up the earth. So I suggest you stop trying and stop messing with me and my friends. As he puts two fingers up to his head and instant transmissions to Aizawa. And Aizawa's just like falls down in shock. And he's like, where the hell have you been? And he's like, oh, at the League of Villains base. I got kidnapped. And I kind of almost killed their leader on accident. And like everyone's like, you almost killed the League of Villains leader, but how? He's like, well, he tried to take my power. Told him it wasn't a quirk, because it isn't. Since he failed, he got sent back into a wall because of my ki. So yeah. And everyone's like, wait, you're quirkless? And he's like, I thought I told you this on the first day, but yeah. So that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. Hope you guys do enjoy. Next part is going to be the sports festival, and something surprising that you guys really wanted to see. in part 3. See you guys.